Hey everybody! Welcome back, BogMod here. Playing more of the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3!
You're all fine with this, right guys?
Yes.
We collectively captured some spies.
No objections.
We'll leave it to you.
They were manipulated by a lector into flushing out the spies, so then Class 1 caught them. Elite agents handpicked for the mission. Well done. You've all learned a thing or two. How we're all puppets to more talented people and will never escape our fate. And we did kill the Magic Knight. That was nice. And they did go toe-to-toe with that squad of elites. Ah, game reference. Just run a top seat through a labyrinth. Yeah, one of the cemeteries is the of Heimdall. Himmel Cemetery. Give me a few times to pay my respects to my traitorous lying friend who started a civil war and killed countless innocent soldiers. You know how it goes. But he's not actually dead. He's a zombie. Past 4 p.m. now. Whose grave? Ooh. Is the person buried here that person? Oh, what? So last time, of course, we did this bit. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Nice view. Nearly 1 million people live there. Guess we'll take a photo for Vivi. Hey, Vivster.
So? Now, let's... Oh, wow. Nice. I'll send you your reward.
Hey, stuff. I'm curious if the grave is going to be covered up again, or what's going to go on. This is supposed to be a quiet, sacred place. How sacrilegious. More like sacred tasty. He's just frustrated about spies, children. So it reminds me. I should have... Yeah, I got my 3 moon truffles. Excellent. Wow. Hello, little Jean. Alright. But I can read the other ones. Jennifer Miller. John William Jr. Tom Smith. Elizabeth Moore. Well, they gave them actual names. Crow Armbrust. Died at the ripe old age of 20.
The year the Civil War took place.
Yeah, strange that.
I see. So he was...
Yes, he was part of the elite forces of the rebellion that toppled the emperor and tried to take over the empire and put the boot to the heel of the peasantry.
one of your friends from Class 7.
I would say he maimed countless people putting down battles in the West, but I don't think anything happened really there. I think like 5 people died. It was a very civil war.
He was actually a year ahead of us, like Instructor Toa. It was only for a short time, but he joined our class. We did all sorts of things together.
Really true.
Field studies, the school festival.
Like 3-4 months.
He was a little brash and even more of a troublemaker. But he was caring, reliable, and one of the best friends you could ask for.
Except for that part where he lied to you. Every step of your relationship.
Even though we became enemies once the Civil War broke out.
There it is.
It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys. Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right? But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal.
I agree.
The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was.
It's true. At the end of the day, his desire for revenge.
Okay, we've talked long enough. Let's go. I won't let anyone interfere. This is going to be our final battle.
As I was affiliated with the Noble Alliance, I knew a little about him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, your friendship came second place to his goals. Even after he achieved his goal, he still was willing to put himself as your enemy. Even though, honestly, Scarlet and Vulcan, I'm sure, would have happily followed him to turn against Cayenne. No one likes Cayenne.
He was the leader of the terrorist group known as the Imperial Liberation Front. He was also referred to as the Azure Chevalier.
Oh, now we're getting all the secrets out.
Oh, I heard about him. He and his Azure Knight wiped the floor with the Imperial Army.
Now you say that, but again, I saw nothing in the West, and I'm disappointed about that. But, I mean, we could take that at face value, and yeah, sure. Dozens, hundreds dead at his hands. All because they were loyal to their country.
Yes. But right at the end, he finally returned to Class 7.
I'm sorry, Reen. And all the ones who may like what Crow did. He didn't return to Class 7. He really didn't.
When a calamity from 2.5 centuries ago rose again and seized the Crown Prince, we all worked together. Me, Crow, the rest of Class 7, even Vita. We put everything aside and gave our all to rescue the prince.
Yeah, Vita certainly didn't join Class 7. You all put everything aside. That's the key. You put things aside because there was a greater threat. He didn't join you.
Crow even put himself in danger to open up a way for me.
Yeah, because he was already in danger.
But he was fatally injured.
You were all in danger. That's why you had to do what you could to stop the thing. Somebody needed to try and do a thing so that you could stop the situation.
What happened there pushed all of us in Class 7 to move forward. I decided to stay at Thors with Valimar and fulfill the government's orders.
Because I am a puppet.
Everyone else graduated, and each of them decided to do what they could. We all pledged to meet up again in these turbulent times and find an answer together.
You've never mentioned this before.
I had the impression you and the members of the old Class 7 were planning something, but...
I thought only the SSS had that kind of determination.
You know what? When I see Reen do anything like what the SSS did regarding Dieter, I'm more convinced about your claim there. But no. I mean, even if you're like, well, you see, Reen fighting the ILF was like the SSS against Dieter. Reen knows about Osborne. He knows about his involvement and the manipulations that he did throughout the entire war process. Yet he still goes along with what he does. He knows better.
But you're just like them, Instructor.
He's not. Except that, like Lloyd, no lady can resist his charms. And he likes a good, passionate speech.
What a bunch of starry-eyed dreamers. Normal people don't just go around spouting lines like that, you know.
I think it's lovely.
So that is, of course, one of the flaws. Like, regardless, like, moving away from if Crow actually is a villain and all that sort of stuff, right? This is clearly meant to be a big moment. But if your development of a particular backstory hasn't resonated with a player, it's going to fall flat. Clearly, as you can tell from my attitude here, the deal with Crow is one of those elements that hasn't resonated with me on a personal level. So it's all it falls flat for me.
Well, that's what those of us in the old Class 7 decided to do. There will come a time when you guys will need to decide how you're going to move forward as a class. And I plan to give you all the support I can until that time comes.
Like, there's a lot of different ways I think Crow could have properly done that, but the only time that he joined the Class 7 again was literally to take on a giant super monster that was going to destroy the countryside. No. He was loyal to the ILF and the Noble Alliance from start to finish. And Reen, you and everyone else in Class 7 came second place.
Just like how our instructors and upperclassmen supported us.
Understood. Thank you.
It's encouraging to hear that. You have our thanks for your guidance.
I still do not completely understand myself. But I feel like I've gained a lot in these past few months.
I haven't given up on making you mine, Instructor. But putting that aside for a moment.
See, Muse, also like me, clearly has the emotional moment has fallen a little flat for her.
I think in a way something guided me to join all of you in Class 7.
Was it your own careful manipulations? Because it seemed like your own careful manipulations.
Well, I guess I can keep tagging along with you for a bit. That way, it'll be all the easier to pass you up.
That's an odd way of saying that. I think what he's trying to say there is that it'll be all the easier to exceed you. Pass you guys. Pass you up, though. That's... But more importantly, do I get to see Reen hang out with the others from Class 7? Because that would be a wonderful scene.
Huh?
What's wrong, Yuna?
There's something shiny in the dirt here.
Someone dropped their jewelry?
Should we turn it into the Gravekeeper?
It looks like quite a lovely brooch. I'm sure its owner...
Is something wrong, Muse? Huh?
I feel like I've seen it before.
Yeah. It's, her name... Angelica. There we go.
That crazy biker chick had something like that on, didn't she?
Can I see it a moment? There's no doubt. This is Angelica's.
Dun-dun-dun.
So she came here sometime after we saw her last month?
Could it have been sitting here since then?
Hey, it's been bugging me for a bit, but... does the dirt here look off to anyone else?
No.
You're right. It looks different around this grave.
As if it's recently been dug up.
Dun-dun-dun.
Toa, are you at camp right now? I need to talk with the major and the principal.
I'm curious what his suspicion is, because the first implication is that Angelica came here and dug up Crow's grave and lost her her brooch. I feel like this might interfere with Reen's party times with Class 7. And that makes me sad. Makes no sense yet. The grave was empty. Ah, so they did dig up the grave. Yeah, oh, interesting. They took their duplicate. But I mean, come on. We know it's Crow. On my years. Radios, please guide us. There's been some mistake. His funeral, we personally put him into the dirt. It was a waste for someone like him to be used by Duke Cayenne. It was accessory from Lord Ragnor's daughter you found. Something obviously has happened. You just don't know what has happened. No smell of decay in the grave. But he sure was the real thing. Again, like, I don't mean to... Like, okay, I'm sure that it is probably just a limitation of... You can only put so many words, size spacing and all that. But the simplest answer, right, is that shortly after Crow was buried, right, or at some point Crow's body and the box he was in was entirely removed. And the new empty box was put in. Rather than there being an elaborate dummy. Because, you know, if you show up like a week afterwards and you just remove the coffin, the entire coffin, you're not going to be worried about decay. On the other side, you can make dolls that look just like people. There's that, but again, I feel like that should not be your first guess. Sky message and so on. He most certainly died. Well, yeah, we all saw, you know, Osborne die. And yet... Ah, Aurelia! I knew I could depend on you. Thank you for bringing that very vital point up. Yeah. Impossible! 2 people have come back from the grave. You expect me to believe a third has? No! Is the Azure Knight still secure? It's too late. They're all gonna go. The Darkroom out of the direction going missing. The special trainee from the Aurora Institute of Technology. In touch with George either. Either kidnapped together or Angie is an evil agent of evil. I mean, you know, maybe that's not it. But it could be. But it's not. New golems, the Dark Ages, the Hercules Squad. We can disregard the literal magical vampire witch ghost who showed up and was behind letting us pressure the agents like we did. We can disregard that. 100 members. We caught 3. We've got new battle ornaments called Ramda. I don't know. Probably as strong as... I mean, orbment technology seems to be the one area all the countries are on the same level at. One big black box. Ooh. To analyze from the outside. Well, the only other time that showed up was when they were... We've had things described more like that. Aside from Ouroboros technology, is... Well, I guess that was also Ouroboros technology. From Cold Steel. Well, not Cold Steel. Trails of the Sky. Yes. Isn't Schmidt like your premier technological genius in the Empire? You'd think you'd come to him. It wouldn't be even a negotiation. Personally signed by Chancellor Osborne. They run to a secret passage. 4 p.m. The government will invoke martial law. Calling the 4th Armored Division. That seems a little excessive. Is it? You guys literally don't know what these spot guys are here for. And on top of that, the idea that Calvard wouldn't have had spies here from day one is ludicrous. They've always had spies in your country. You also, for all you know, this is all they sent. That's your big gift. You got 2 mixed teams. Leech need one to come through the underground tunnels in the west half of Heimdall. We don't want to guess at the Scott gas all at once! I'm pretty sure she can. Communication wave amplifiers. Should work. It's my invention. I remember going to harass the professor about his inventions. Alright. We're good for you guys. They got their plan. Things in the shadows can be solved only by bracer work. Alright. Time for my party. Sorry, guys. He's gonna get drunk, and you know, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, Toa. Alright, cool. Now we can do the fun part. The party with his friends. But we're going to take a break so we can do that party next time. So we can properly enjoy it from start to finish. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you all soon.